Hey y'all, hi. Okay, so when you have nothing to wear, first, hack number 1, do laundry. And I know some of you are probably already rolling your eyes. You're like, that's not a hack. But hear me out. It's deeper than you might think. That feeling, that uncomfortable, often panicky, sometimes irrational feeling that you get when you have to get dressed, it feels like nothing is right. Like nothing is right. Like you don't have anything to wear. What is that feeling? It's like this minor crisis of identity and materialism and emptiness, like not enoughness, often layered over worries about the day, like worries about your comfort level and professionalism, your success and productivity. And for me, at least, it's often also colored with guilt. It's like, why can't I get myself together? Why don't I have a clear vision? Why didn't I plan better? Why can't I find anything? Why am I like this? Getting dressed anytime is already kind of a stressful moment of why am I like this? Because style is a matter of identity, and depending on the day you're about to have, it can feel so high stakes and so high pressure. It isn't easy. So that moment is often cloudy. It's a cloudy-headed moment. You may need a moment. And so what I am suggesting is that you literally, in that moment, take a moment and do laundry. Like right when it hits that you have nothing to wear and you are beginning to perhaps spiral, perhaps unravel a little bit, in that moment, if it's logistically possible, take a load to the washer to put in. This accomplishes so many things, actually. Number 1, it reminds you that you do have clothes that you like to wear. They're just dirty. And it's likely that the clothes that you like to wear the most are dirty, especially if you're having a moment where you feel like you have nothing to wear. They are dirty because you wore them first. So the irrational, I have no good clothes, that panic-inducing irrational statement, it gets replaced by the very rational and most likely true, most of the clothes I like wearing are already dirty, which is not ideal, but it's also not something that has to be fixed by buying stuff. It's like not something you're doing wrong. So it doesn't need to be fixed by buying stuff. It does need to be fixed by washing stuff. And this is the second thing that it accomplishes when you put in a load of laundry right away in that moment. The thing that needs to happen is it's the thing that you are now actively doing. So you're problem solving. You are immediately doing it. You still need to get dressed today, but this action, this problem solving action, it can really help with the guilt part of the spiral, or like the paralysis part of the spiral. The third thing it accomplishes is that it buys you a little bit of time to think about things. And it's a time during which you are physically handling the clothes that you like to wear the most. So that handling that time, it might inspire you to think of what you like to wear, think about how it feels when you feel good in what you're wearing, and it might direct you towards some things that you can wear. It calms you down, it opens up some possibility, helps you conceive of your wardrobe as a place in which there are clothes that you do like. It reminds you of what is working. And the fourth thing that this accomplishes is this. If your problem is that you only like wearing a handful of things, like there's just a really small percentage of your existing wardrobe that makes you feel good, and it's all dirty, and there's nothing else that makes you feel good, like if that is your reality, then you'll see that really clearly when you're doing laundry rather than conceiving of it from a place of panic. You'll be putting your favorite blouse in the washer and you'll be like, if I had 3 more blouses just like this, then I would wear one of them today. I would wear one of them now. I wish this was clean and I could wear it right now. And that kind of information is gold when it comes to wardrobe building. Because if you then happen to go and buy another blouse just like that, or a couple of more blouses just like that, you're doing it from a place of lived experience, like based on real information and not based on fantasy. So it's a real data gathering moment when you feel like you have nothing to wear and then you immediately go and do laundry. The fifth thing that it accomplishes, and I'm sort of embarrassed to say that this happens to me quite a lot, is that you might find something in your hamper that's not actually dirty. You might have taken off an outfit earlier this week and it was late at night and you just shoved it all in the hamper and forgot about it. But things like, for me, this often happens with denim, like a pair of jeans. For me, I'm so sweaty that with tops, I usually can't wear them more than once. But with denim, like with jeans, I can usually wear my jeans like 4 or 5 times if they don't get food on them or something before I feel like I need to wash them. So I can't tell you the number of times that I've been going to put in a load of laundry and found a pair of jeans and be like, these aren't dirty. What was I thinking? And then I can get them out and put them on. You might be delightedly surprised by what you find in your hamper when you go to do laundry in that moment. So it accomplishes those 5 things and a host of other things as well. You'll discover them on your own, getting yourself in touch with reality, basically, like the reality of your interactions with your clothing. Nothing does that like laundry, and that's what you need in that difficult moment. Solution number 2 to this issue, the issue of frequently feeling like you have nothing to wear. The second suggestion is play. You need a bit more time for this. Maybe. It depends on the circumstances. I suggest messing around with your mood board as a way to jostle you out of that rut of feeling like you have nothing to wear. And depending on your relationship with your mood board, it actually could be a super quick fix. Like you just woke up, you're having your tea or your coffee, all of a sudden you're like, OMG, I have nothing to wear. Your heart sinks, panic, guilt. Try this. Open up Pinterest and go to your outfits inspo board, or, open up Instagram and go to your saved Instagram posts. Wherever it is that you save inspiring images of outfits, go there. One glance at those images might be enough to get you unstuck. This has happened to me before. One glance and you're like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to try an oversized white button-down shirt over a skirt when you previously wouldn't have considered either a white button-down or a skirt for the day that you're about to have, because you're kind of stuck in the mental trench of whatever it is you have been wearing or been most comfortable in for the past couple of days. And all of those clothes are now dirty, hence the panicky moment. Looking at inspiring fashion images, it always kind of takes down the walls that have slowly risen up around my creativity. And also it snaps me out of casual comfort mode and into fashion is fun mode, and makes me maybe a little bit more willing to take a risk. It makes it feel more worth it to wear things that are a little bit nicer, or a little bit less usual for me. And it makes what is there in my wardrobe suddenly feel more accessible. Now, if you have a bit more time, like you're planning your outfits the day before, which I really, really recommend doing. I've been trying to do that lately. And the difference that it makes in my mornings is almost shocking. Actually, it is shocking. It shows me how much, not just time, but like decision-making energy it takes for me to decide what to wear, and how ill I can afford to expend that energy first thing in the morning. So if you have a little bit more time, definitely closet playtime. And what this means is trying on outfits and not just thinking about them in the abstract. So this is a really powerful combination. Going through your saved images, going through your Pinterest boards, getting inspired, and then immediately trying on outfits, playing in your closet, inspired by those images, but in a low stakes way, like a moment during which you're under no pressure because you're not actually about to wear those clothes out the door. So you can really try things that you think might not work, try things you would never try if you were under time pressure to get dressed. And that's where real creativity, that's where the synapses can really fire. You know what I mean? That's where like real sparks can happen. And then my third suggestion, if you have nothing to wear, if you feel, the thing that this really helps with is that feeling like you open your wardrobe and it's like blank. You just look at it blankly. You're like, I can't see anything. I can't see possibility. I can't find anything. Like this feeling, this is for those of you who have this feeling like, where is everything? You're like, I know I have good clothes, but where are the clothes? I look and everything I see with my eyes is something that isn't appropriate for today. Doesn't make sense. Or, it is not like the right level of formality, or it's not seasonal, or it just isn't making me feel good right now. My suggestion to you is to reorganize your clothing storage. For this, you need the most time of all, right? So we've gone from the one that you can do, my suggestion for how to mitigate the panic right in that first moment, we've gone through to one that takes a little time, right? So on a Wednesday, if you feel like you have nothing to wear when you're about to get dressed in the morning, you're like, I'm so sick of this feeling. I have all of these beautiful clothes. Why do I feel this way? File this away as an activity that you are going to do like on Saturday morning. And it's not just about cleaning up the mess. I mean, that's one thing, and certainly it can help, but it's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about cleaning up the mess, putting everything away where it goes, hanging stuff back up that has fallen off its hangers. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about changing the system that you use. Even if you feel like you have the right system and you're changing it to something that's not ideal, the point isn't to optimize, it's to shake things up, to change what you see when you look in there. So if you feel really committed to, I don't know, the Marie Kondo folding method, like everything is folded in that way, try hanging your blouses on hangers just for 2 weeks and see what that does to your brain. It's like you're used to seeing a certain thing when you look in there, and you become sort of immune to it. It's like all of your clothes, your own clothes, which you bought because you love them or because you thought you'd wear them. You look at them and you don't even see them because you're so used to the way they are in there. It's just changing the way they are in there so that when you look, you see with fresh eyes. That's the point of this. One thing I really like to do when I'm reorganizing is to group clothes according to what type of activity they're for, or what, even just like their formality level, instead of grouping them according to the type of clothing that it is structurally. So what I mean by that is very frequently people organize their closets like this. All the shirts are hanging together, all the pants are hanging together, all the skirts, all the dresses, etc. But it doesn't really make sense, because when you need a shirt, you don't just need any shirt. It's not like I need to clothe the top half of my body and literally anything shaped like a shirt will do. No, when you need a shirt, your needs are more specific than that. Like the category of what you need to put on your body is always a little more specific than that. You're either looking for a casual shirt or a work shirt or a shirt that can get dirty, or, a quite fancy shirt for going out to dinner. And then when you are putting on pants, you're looking for pants in the same category, right? If you're looking for a casual shirt, then you're looking for casual pants. If you're looking for a work shirt, you're looking for work pants. So it makes a lot more sense to have all the work clothes grouped together in one part of your wardrobe, and all the casual clothes grouped together, and all the fancy clothes, et cetera, et cetera. So when you're getting dressed, you can go to that section of the wardrobe instead of having to paw through every single shirt you own to find one that's appropriate for the day. So that's one suggestion. Another way to shake things up is to organize by color. Group things by color, no matter what type of clothing it is or what activity it's for. Again, that's a way to just help yourself see what you own with fresh eyes, to see that you actually do have a lot that you can possibly wear. And then another thing that I've gotten a lot of mileage out of lately myself is creating a little capsule wardrobe inside your larger wardrobe. So when you're going to reorganize, this is also a possibility. You can just set aside one section of your wardrobe and put there only clothes that are making your heart leap right now. Like if you pick something up and you're like, ooh, I do want to wear this, put it there. And everything that you pick up and that you're like you can't easily see your way towards wearing it, put it aside, put it somewhere else. And then when you open your wardrobe in the morning, just go straight to the section, the consolidated, distilled section of things that made your heart leap. You'll know as soon as you've worn everything in that section, because it will be down to nothing. But hopefully you'll have been doing laundry, so you'll be able to replenish it before that happens. So I hope this helps. These are all strategies that have helped me immeasurably, especially recently. I'm a person who definitely has clothes to wear and yet very frequently feels like I have nothing to wear, or I feel that sense of paralysis, right, when I open my wardrobe in the morning. And it's always these issues. It's always these issues, and not that I don't have anything that's appropriate to the day that I'm about to have. It's like an issue of sorting things out in my own mind. And that's why it helps so much to pick out what I'm going to wear the night before. And that's why it helps so much to set aside time to play, to be creative, to reorganize. And that's the way that I have learned that putting in a load of laundry can just buy you that little bit of time you need to calm down from that confusing panic and find a path. Thank you for spending this time with me. I really appreciate you watching. I'll link my book at the top of the description box below, and I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't done that. But more than that, I hope you will set aside time today to take really good care of yourself and sit quietly with yourself.